Good morning, everyone. Are you trying to sell your products and services? Well, if you're in business, you're probably trying to do that. And this week's list building tips are going to be all about promoting your free offer and how to get more people to buy from you. Hi, my name is Natasha Mitchell. I'm a business consultant and creator of the Simple Business Blueprint.
And I'm Nancy Fields. I'm a graphic designer and I build websites in WordPress.
And Nancy, we've been talking the last couple of weeks all about list building and how we've talked about it, how to say that list building really is business building. And one of the things we know from doing this for a long time is there is no get rich quick schemes around this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I thought it might be worthwhile if we just brought up, first of all, to set the stage for this, our 4-step list building roadmap. So I'm just going to share that right now.
And we're really excited to share this with you because, and what Tasha's going to be pointing out is that most people, we all want to start with the promote. But I'm going to have you explain, Natasha.
Yeah, so that's true. Most of us want to start here, which is just go and promote the freebie or sell your stuff. And the problem is when you miss out steps 1, 2, 3, this last step becomes really difficult. So again, you want to make sure that you're promoting and selling something that people actually want first. It doesn't matter how much you want to sell something. If they don't want it, they're not going to buy from you. So secondly, then we talk about creating what they want. And we are talking specifically about using free offers. And so last week we talked about some of our great free tools that we love to create these free offers. And Nancy, we spoke specifically about a 1-page free offer, right? And why
Exactly. And that's the other thing that Natasha and I are teaching. And that's also one thing that we've also learned over the years. You don't give people a book. You don't give them, just like this, all this information. They don't want it. They don't need it. It confuses them. You want to give them one quick win, and then they'll associate the win with you. Because again, you're building a relationship, and you have to also build up trust, but you can't build up trust until you build a relationship. So the lead magnet is your first touch point to have people say, oh, they know what they're talking about. Oh, they've helped me. Oh, I want to follow them. So also, Natasha's all about keeping business simple. And this is the simplest. It's a 1-page free offer.
Yeah. And I love that you've talked about trust and relationship, and that's what it's all about. The next step in the process is delivering your freebie, and that's really the tactics of getting your free offer into the hands of people. It's all the back-end setup. It's the email autoresponders and the opt-in pages, all those things that can get a bit technical. We're going to be taking you through exactly step by step how to do that. But it's this piece here, they create your free offer, which, as Nancy said, is really building the trust and relationship. Not only that, by solving that one problem for people, you're really adding value. So people are actually willing to give you something. And in the first instance, that's their very valuable email address. They're willing to give you something in return for some value add. And so this is really important. You might have heard this in a lot of sales conversations before, is to give something before asking for something. So if you haven't given anything and you go straight to the promote your free offer, then you're just doing the ask before you do the give. And that's not a great, that's just not a great, it's not a great relationship builder, right, Nancy?
Well, you're not going to build your business, but I also wanted to stress as well that the first point that we start with and we stress with is find out what people want. People are only going to buy what they want. So if you know what they want, you're halfway there. And the other half
Exactly.
is
And, you know,
communicating.
for people that are joining us on this list building journey, many of them are coaches, consultants, course creators. And if you are in that field or in that industry or delivering your services that way, you know how heartbreaking it can be to spend days, weeks, months, even years creating a big course, and then you go to promote it and either two things happen. Well, usually the first thing happens is nobody buys from you whatsoever, but that's simply because you haven't spent time getting out there and being visible and sharing value, and you haven't really asked your customers what they want first. So it's just going to save you so much time, effort, heartbreak, frustration by working through those steps, you know, finding out what they want first, delivering some real value. That's a secondary test point, that short lead magnet. Hopefully you've got it right with your first search. But if you haven't, your quick win lead magnet will give you a good gauge as to whether that's something people that are interested in. And then you can go all guns blazing to the promote stage.
Yes, and the promote stage it's the most exciting part. It's where you start seeing real results. And so that's also why we've added it in to our course. In fact, when we first delivered the course, we didn't have this, but at the end, it's like, well, okay, now what am I going to do with this free offer, and how do I really get it out there? And so, yeah, Natasha is great when it comes to social media marketing. So it's like, okay, Natasha, you're going to step up here and share.
Yeah, we love talking about the promote. It is sort of the fun stage, and we're going to be talking more about that and showing some real life case studies of some of our clients who are actually using their free offers, not only in online spaces and service industries, but also brick and mortar. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And Nancy, you know, perhaps the last point that I would like to make, because a lot of people are still thinking, well, you know, there must be ninja tactics to make that sale quickly without all of this slow burn list building. And it doesn't have to be slow, it just has to be sort of consistent. The differentiator I would like to make is this, that for when you're selling a low priced item, that it, you know, that someone really already wants. So if I need a hammer, I'm looking online for a hammer. I know I want a hammer, and I need to put a nail in the wall. I know I need a hammer. That's a very obvious sale. I'm already a very hot prospect at the point I'm looking for a hammer. So you don't have to convince me too much on the hammer. But particularly when it comes to coaching services, people are very early in their sales journey, often when they're first seeing a paid ad or even searching. And, you know, if they're at the point where they don't even know they've got a problem and they're just beginning to see an ad about how you could solve the problem, they're definitely not ready to buy at that point. But a paid ad strategy may help them think, oh, yeah, I have that problem and I didn't even realize there was a solution out there. Let me explore a little bit further. And that's where a lead magnet can come in really, really handy, just to start getting them to take that first micro step in the journey.
Yeah, and one thing about ads, especially if you haven't really done the work that we're showing you, which is also interesting too, because we're talking about lead magnets. But even before you place an ad, you got to figure out what they want. You have to also know that the way you are talking about it, that they want it. And there again, if you have a free offer that you know is converting, go ahead and spend money on some ads if that's what you really want to do. Otherwise, the question becomes, how much money do you have to burn? If you haven't done steps one through three for sure. It's too expensive, and you're in business to make money, not to lose money.
Exactly. So we want you to be most efficient with your time and your money, financial resources. The first step in our roadmap, which is find out what people want, as Nancy said, is absolutely critical. It's critical to build the trust, build relationship, build your free offers, create the content for your website, even create the content for your ads. It's critical. So we encourage you to not overlook those first early steps that might feel like a bit of the grind, but you do it right in the beginning and you're going to have great results for the long term in your business. So Nancy, I think that's pretty much all today. This is an exciting week because it's all about promoting. I'm just going to share on the screen now. If you want to get our 4-step roadmap, there it is. It's at freeoffer101.com/roadmap. And tomorrow we're going to be bringing an interview to you with one of our clients, again, who's in a brick and mortar space. And she's going to be talking about how she used her lead magnet to 3 times sales on a brand new product she created. So stay tuned for that one. We'll be looking forward to bringing you that. And of course, if you've got any questions about list building your business, pop them in the comments. We will be happy to hear from you. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for joining us today.
Bye.